Welcome back to the channel. Okay, you guys are probably wondering I have to first say thank you guys so much for the 4 people who subscribed to me. I really appreciate it. But you guys are probably wondering, those 4 little subscribers are probably wondering, like, where have I been? I've been gone. I haven't felt like filming these past few weeks, so I just decided to stop and give myself a little bit of a break. And yeah, I'm back. I got all ready. As you can see, I did my hair. I don't know if you can see the whole hair, but I did my hair, I did my makeup, and I got dressed from waist. And today, basically, I'm just gonna be talking. I'm not gonna have there's no really story time, even though I have a bunch of story times to talk about. Like, that will never not be a thing. Like, I always have story times to talk about. I'm filming on my iPad, so if the quality's different, that's why, because I'm on my iPad, so it's probably a bit but yeah. I wanted to talk to you guys. Oh, okay. I'm going through my list of things I want to talk about because I am not prepared, honestly, for this video. Don't you hate it when lipstick gets on your spoon and you're eating? It's like, ew. Gross. Yes. I eat on plastic. If you're wondering what it was I'm eating, or what it is that I'm eating, it's a gyro and yellow rice that my family made for me. It was quite delicious. We had a lot of it yesterday. Anyways, back to the topic of the video. I'm pretty sure a bunch of people have already talked about this, but basically wanted to talk about why are so many people so like, I don't want to say it's just my generation of kids, because I'm Generation Z. I don't want to say it's just my generation of kids, because I feel like it's a lot of other people too. Like, even with the older generation, I feel like people are messed up. And what I mean by I think people are messed up is nobody really communicates with people anymore. And when you do try to, like, communicate and try to gain more friends, or, you know, just put yourself out there, you're always received with weird energy. Or maybe that's just for me, for what I've noticed about myself, is that whenever I try to put myself out, whenever I try to have friends, like, it just never feels like a genuine relationship. And I'm just like, why is that? I'm like, is it because of what I've been through as a person that I just can't connect with people on, like, nothing more than a superficial level? Or is it the person? Like, is it just something that's going on with their life that's the reason why they don't want to connect? Something I wanted to add is that also I see a bunch of people who already have forever friends, so it's very difficult to try to talk to people who already have forever friends, because there's already connection there. And for reference, I had in high school, I didn't really have any friends. I kind of cut off my one friend. I have a story time about that. It's not really that interesting, but we just stopped talking. And I had this one friend, I'm gonna call her Jade. Jade, I talked to Jade, I gave her compliments, and, you know, we became pretty cool, to the point where when I told her I wasn't really hanging out with this person anymore, or when I was going through certain things in my life at that time, she was like, oh, you can hang out with me, Janae, you can hang out with me. And, you know, I loved the fact that she offered me to hang out. Like, I was so appreciative about the fact that, you know, I started hanging out with her. But after a while, I just kind of felt like I was a burden, because when she offered to hang out with me, she already had 2 other friends that had been her best friend for way before me, right? And that's cool, I could just be a here and there friend. Like, I'm fine with that, right? But you know, I tried to ask her to hang out after school, and she's always just like, oh well, I don't know, we can see, blah 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 blah. So you know, that also contributes to the helpless friend feeling too, that I just wanted to add in. Or maybe don't want to connect anymore, and that's probably a lot of information I just said out of my mouth, because you know, I'm like the queen of talking a lot from the internet. I am young. I literally graduated high school like this year. And as the world goes on, as these little months that I've spent by myself in isolation as like, I guess, a new adult, I've just kind of felt, I don't know, like I don't have anybody. Like whenever I talk to my best friend of years, we don't really talk about anything. It's very difficult for me to try to make conversation. Like I don't really know what to say. She doesn't really know what to say. We're always talking about one topic, whether it's boy problems, and most of the time with a bunch of relationships I have with people, it's mainly just about their problems. Like we're just talking about what's going on in their life, how their life is going good, and just more about generality than, you know, individuality. I guess that kind of makes me sound like I'm a bit of a not introvert, but I guess that kind of makes it sound like I'm a selfish person. But I feel like when it comes to having friends, or when it comes to making friends, you have to have a 50-50 relationship, right? I always think of it like this: like, would these people be my friend if I didn't go out my way to talk to them? Because most of the time I go out my way to talk to people. No one really ever come up to me. No one really has ever came up and talked to me. And that could be for a multitude of different reasons. I know for a while people thought I was weird. A while people thought I was ugly. A lot of times people just thought I was just very annoying and that they wanted me to shut up. So it could be because of that why people never came up and tried to talk to me as friends or anything like that. That there's always that thought in my head, like, oh, would I actually be friends with this person if I didn't go on my way to talk to them? And then there's, again, the 50-50 halfway thing. I always think about, oh, if I don't reach out to this person, then they will probably never reach out to me. And the other person is probably thinking, oh, well, if I don't reach out to that person, they're probably never going to reach out to me either. And it's just difficult. Like, how do you keep friendship when the level is 50-50? I feel like, I guess if it was a true, genuine relationship, it would be a 50-50 relationship. Like, you meet me halfway, I meet you halfway. But if the person really isn't, I guess, for you or meant to be your friend, then it's always going to be 60-40 or 70-30. Like, it's kind of the same with dating, I guess. I haven't really been in that many relationships. I've been in a situationship and a relationship, and that's about it. But I guess it's the same thing for relationships, because you expect your person to be, you know, either 100% in or 0% in, depending on what level you guys want to start from. And you can either gradually add to the pot or take it away. I know a bunch of people who start off with 100%, and then, well, as time goes on, it goes to 90, 80, 70, 45, and then they're no longer together. So I guess it's just the same thing with friendships. I don't know why that is. Again, I don't have anything written down, so this is just off the top of my head. I feel like also another reason why people aren't really keen on making new friends. Yeah. I feel like another reason why people aren't really too keen on making new friends is because, I don't want to say because of social media, but I'm gonna say because of social media. And the reason why I say that is because most of the time when you're with friends, let's say, okay, you made it out of out of the struggle of getting that person to be your friend. Okay, let's just say you have a friend, you made a new friend, everything's going great, you can talk to them about what seems like anything, right? Okay, so you guys go to hang out. It can be anywhere, a park, 7-Eleven, the movies, just anywhere. You guys can go to the mall. I feel like a lot of my experiences of when I'm with people have so much to talk about when you first meet. And you know, I guess that could just be a form of dumping just everything you have out on a person, which is bad because then you run out of things to say. But you know, that's besides the point. You talk, everything's cool, you're like, oh my god, I met a new friend, and then you want to hang out with this person, and then they just shut off. I don't know why that is, but I don't know if people can relate to that, but the person just shuts off. Eventually, after the person just starts replying with, yeah, you know, that's funny. Real. Oh my god, that is so cool. Like, you know, when like you're talking to somebody and like it's something that you kind of like, and you know, they just start responding with, that's cool, oh wow, like they're not really paying attention to what you have to say. When they start doing that, you know, you just kind of get in the mentality like, okay, I get it, you don't really want to talk anymore, so then you guys both just go on your phone. And that's what I say is like, oh, the phone is bad, or like the phone is just more important than having real genuine relationships with people, because more or less, like, you think you're having just such a great grand time with somebody, but then it fizzles out and the person doesn't even try to continue the flow. It's always kind of, you know, one-sided because of that, or because they just have greater issues on their phone. And I can't tell you how many times I've been with people and like we're having just good conversation, and then men like, you know, they pick up their phone, they're like, oh, okay, hold on 1 second, pick up their phone, go to text, do whatever they have to do, and then, you know, after they're done doing what they have to do, you go back to having a conversation with them and they're just like, yeah, yeah, and it just makes me feel like, damn, like, I'm really trying to pour out my feelings to you. Like, I'm not trying to trauma dump on you, but I'm trying to have a new bond, and you're not even trying to be open to that. It just makes me feel very, like, I feel very stuck. Like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. Why is communicating with people so difficult now? Why can I not continue a flow with people? Why whenever I go up to people it's always that's really cool? Is it just because of my social anxiety? Is it because of the person? Is it because of the technology that we're now exposed to that's making our brains more mushy? Like, I don't know. And then this is like the second half, why I want answers. So why a lot of human beings now are just so in their ways and they just don't care anymore about genuine connections and stuff like that, is dating. Like, I've seen so many videos, I'm not gonna necessarily say on TikTok, but you know, TikTok is mainly where I get most of like my spoon-fed dating horror stories, I guess, because people like to talk on TikTok all the time. And also, you know, with Instagram Reels being a thing, they get translated to there, so I get a mixture of content. You know, I kind of think that my phone's listening to me sometimes, because the other day side note, the other day, or not the other day, but a few weeks ago, me and my mom started watching Orange is the New Black. By the way, great show. I watched it before, but I don't really remember all of the events that happened. I'm going to be talking about some Netflix shows that I want back, or that like I want like a part 2 of, or not a part 2, like a continuation of, because girl, back in the day I feel like Netflix had some really good shows, but then again, you know, that could just be me. And Orange is the New Black is one of them, because I'm currently watching it with my mom and I'm almost done with it. So yeah, but yeah, I was watching Orange is the New Black the other day with my mom, and I didn't really say that out loud. I wasn't searching anything up about prisons on my phone, really. I didn't even like search up Orange is the New Black, like with the character. And you know, all of a sudden my phone just starts plopping up a bunch of prison things on my Instagram feed, like okay, and then Twitter, a bunch of prison things, like okay, like you're definitely listening a little bit, but you know, that's besides the point. Like I was saying though, I get a lot of my information on how people's dating life is going on TikTok and on Instagram and Twitter sometimes, because people like to tweet about it. A lot of the things that both men and women say, like the whole, oh, when you realize you start hating your girlfriend thread, or oh, when you realize you start hating your boyfriend trend, like it just shows you how much people genuinely just don't care about other people in a friendship way, relationship way. Other people just do not care, really. When you really sit back and just realize like what you consume in the media, all the dating, the red pill content, all that stuff really just hones in on why we as a society can't talk to each other. Whether it's guys, you know, being with women for 10 years and the wife randomly, you know, goes on the laptop one day and see that they're gay, or you've been with the person for so long and they're lying to you about whatever it is, a double life, they have a child, they had a criminal record, it could be anything, that they're just lying to you. There's just so many stories and just crazy things of what both men and women say. I know most of my examples are basically men focused, but that's just everything that I can think of off the top of my head. Like, I don't have the thread, or I don't have any of the information on hand to read it out. But I'm just saying, like, it's just the way how people talk about it, or I probably can't even say the word, but the way how people talk about it. People glorify being with more than 5 people. I'm not even gonna say that, because you know, it's okay to have a body count, because we live to the span of 100 years roughly, or around that time, so it's normal to have more than 5 people in your life that you love, right? It's normal. But I'm saying in my generation, even older generations before, it's normalized to be a Jezebel, or I don't know what the opposite of a Jezebel is for a man, but a Jezebel for a girl. Like, it's just normal to be just so promiscuous and not care about people and not tell people the truth about certain things. It's like, why are people the way how they are? It just really sucks, because as somebody who's in this generation, it just really makes you think, like, am I really gonna have my soulmate? Am I really gonna find out? Do soulmates even exist? Throughout the course of history, it's always been all soulmate, 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 soulmate. Whether it's lover, friends, animals, whatever. But with all of this just hysteria in the world, is that really a thing anymore? Being soulmates with either your friend or not? And don't even get me started on like what friends have done to each other, just backstabbing, being fake, and all that extra stuff. Okay. And then another point to why I feel people are really messed up, or not to why I feel, why I need answers on why people are really messed up, and this could be a reason as to why. I don't really know what the point of this video is. It's just me explaining something that's been in my head for super long, and I don't have anybody to talk with it about. So yeah, it's politics. I'm not gonna go into the politics. I'm not gonna go into who I think should be president or all that malarkey. Like, I don't care. Personally, I know this is very unpopular of an opinion, but I am not a voter. I'm not going to vote. I'm not going to vote this election. I'm not going to. I don't see the point. And I'm probably not gonna vote for any other election unless like I really think this person can make a change in America. But you know, that's a whole different topic. And that's a very unpopular opinion. But that's another thing. I feel like one reason why a lot of people can't talk to each other is because of politics. If you are left, you can't be friends with somebody on the right. If you are right, you can't be friends with somebody on the left. If you are in the middle, girl, you're basically to the sharks, to the wolves. No one cares. Like, you know, you say the wrong thing, people are up in arms. You say something, you know, you speak your mind, people are up in arms, you know? It's like you can't really have a productive discussion about anything, really, because people are very sensitive, so you know that just leaves room for people to not like you if you say the wrong thing to somebody, okay? It's just so many things as to why the world is it is, with how people are with each other. And truly, I don't know. But that's basically everything I want to just get off my chest, and I hope this video kind of made sense. I hope some people will like relate to a little bit. I hope that we can have a discussion and really just understand each other, or at least try to understand a little bit more, because at the end of the day, there's no point for people not to be able to have conversation with each other, or there's no reason why we can't share our opinions with each other. Yeah, that's just my thoughts on why I think people are so messed up, or why I want answers on why people are so messed up. I don't know, but the title of this video is gonna be why are people so messed up. So yeah, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I'm gonna go eat the rest of my food, which is probably cold now. So yeah, bye.
Turn his white ass to a Jim Carrey twin. A fucking sausage fest with them shaky niggas get married in. Two dope boys don't want beef, they're just overweight vegetarians.